Hey everyone, it is Cinema Lovers Incorporated back at you again with a brand new video, and today I am reviewing The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 11. I just previously made a video reviewing this episode, Episode 11, but it was filmed upside down for some reason, so I have to completely redo it again. And if I'm not 100% honest about this episode, if I'm not talking about it fully, it's because I already reviewed it in a previous video, and it's so annoying reviewing everything again. This episode was a massive disappointment because episode 10 I thought was actually decent. It felt like the old Walking Dead. It had suspense, it had terror, and most of my family members actually enjoyed episode 10. They thought it was great. Episode 11 feels more like a mixed bag. This episode is all over the place. The writing, the directing, the acting, it's just cringeworthy. I don't care about the Alexandrians getting to to the hilltop, because we know they will get there. It's not suspenseful. They hyped up this whole swamp thing. Oh, it's going to be the biggest thing ever. The swamp is going to be this awesome, big action scene. It's about 50 seconds. Yeah, let's just skim through there. So the swamp scene was severely underused. All of that could have been cut in the Alexandrians getting to Hilltop. It was boring. We could have spent more time at the sanctuary, not with the Alexandrians. The Alexandrians could have just got to Hilltop. We didn't need all that. And Tara, oh my gosh, Tara is one of the worst characters in this show. She's like a whiny little brat. She's always like, I want to kill him. We could kill Dwight. Oh, he can take care of that zombie. When Dwight does a little dance with the zombie, it's so funny, ladies and gentlemen. It is so freaking funny. That was bad. So all of that is severely atrocious. Tara is one of my least favorite characters. I think the producers and the writers should kill her off. If she doesn't die in Season 8, Angela Kane, please kill her off in Season 9. She does nothing for the show. She is awful. So let's talk now about the hilltop. So Maggie at the hilltop, all of this was completely boring. I thought them running out of supplies and resources was just thrown in there. I didn't really care. It didn't really take my attention because we moved away from them. And then when we got back, Sadiq revealed that it was a doctor. I was like, okay, so, whatever. The thing I did enjoy, though, was Maggie talking to some of the saviors. They wanted out and wanted some time. I thought this was okay, even though, what's his name again? Oh, you know the guy. Whatever. But it was an okay scene, it was all right. So let's talk now about the sanctuary. Let's talk about how underused it was in this episode, how forced and rushed it was. It felt like it could be its own standalone episode. Eugene was just thrown in there. Negan did a complete 180 in this episode. I actually cared about his character last week. He was okay, he was fine. He acted like a real human being. He acted like he showed care for Carl dying. And he told Simon that he's not a complete killer, and he saves people. In this episode, he goes back, does a 180 turn to his villainous, cartoony, psychopath self, wanting to take out Hilltop with a guts trick. So, wow, Negan, you have gone off the rails in this episode. I can't believe it. He just did a complete 180 turn. I hated Negan in this episode. He was so annoying again, cartoony, and I wanted him dead. So let's talk about now Dr. Carter. Oh, wait, let's talk about more like with Dwight and Tara. This whole storyline here was completely stupid. When Tara was running through the woods, I laughed so hard. The directing for The Walking Dead nowadays is so poor compared to when it started out back in Season 1, 2, and 3. The directing, the cinematography in The Walking Dead is bland, boring, and poorly directed. When Tara's running, it should have been intense, but instead I laughed my head off. Dwight running through the forest was hilarious. So when they get there, Tara's like, you killed Denise. Casual Walking Dead fans don't even know who Denise probably is. She died 3 seasons ago, back in Season 6, I believe. So yeah, Denise sucks. So I didn't even like Denise. So all of this with Tara saying, oh, you killed Denise, blah, blah, blah. It just felt stupid. Tara needs to stop sucking on her pacifier and grow up. All of that was retarded. And I also hated, this was poorly written as well. Dwight said he would never go back to the Saviors. When he goes back to the Saviors, he actually stands right in front of Negan in this episode. Yes, he's undercover. Yes, Walking Dead fanboys, he was undercover. He went back because he was undercover. He was undercover, yes. But he said to Tara he never wants to go back. And he goes back. What if he never has an opportunity again to escape? What if his opportunity never comes and he's trapped there again for the rest of his life? Think about that. It's stupid. It's poorly written. The whole Dr. Carson and Gabriel scenes were really retarded. When Gabriel was talking about God for some reason and Carson really wasn't believing it, that God is with them, God is there. Gabriel's story arc felt really weird in this episode. I don't know where they were going with Gabriel. Him losing his eyesight, all of that sickness with Gabriel just feels like it doesn't have its full potential. It just feels out of place. Like they have his sickness so Negan can come up with that guts idea in the end of this episode. So yeah, Dr. Carson, I thought that it was interesting. I thought it was pretty entertaining with Gabriel and Dr. Carson talking. It was the only redeeming quality in this episode until they killed Dr. Carson off. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel saves Dr. Carson, and then 3 minutes later, Dr. Carson dies. So all of that was pointless, for nothing. Horrible, horrible. They kill characters off that we start to like. The stuff with the Hilltop when they find out that Carl dies was completely rushed. Enid, in some points, felt like she was laughing. The actress Caitlin Nacon did a okay job. Let's talk more about Henry. He is pure cringe. He's like one of those children that loses his candy bar. He's like, I want my candy bar now. He acted like that in this episode. Just, who killed my brother? And the music was like, like it's so suspenseful. It's so awesome. He's like, who killed my brother? Horrible, horrible, horrible. I think this episode was so atrocious and all over the place because one of the brothers who wrote episode 6 and I believe directed episode 6 wrote this episode. So that's why. That explains it, ladies and gentlemen. They don't know how to write a Walking Dead episode. So let's talk more about Negan. It was severely underused. When Negan brought up the guts trick at the end, I was like, whoa, what? Oh, okay then. It just came out of nowhere and it zooms into him really fast. It's like, we're going to use this guts trick. And then it zooms out. It's like, we're going to Alexandria. Hilltop. Alexandria is blown up. So yeah. I love the part when one of the Hilltop people just yells, it's Rick! He yells, it's Rick! So cringeworthy. So awful. It's Rick! Yeah! Let's talk about, like I said, all the stuff with Gabriel was pure cringe. The stuff with Eugene just felt like it was out of nowhere. Eugene felt like he was thrown in here. He didn't belong in this episode. I felt like Eugene could have been in a different episode making bullets. He was only in the beginning and near the end of the episode. It felt really, really out of place for Eugene. I think Eugene's all right. I liked him in the older seasons, but now he's getting up there where he's annoying. I don't really know what he's doing. So yeah, Negan is a jerk. The characters are all over the place. When you fill suspense, they just cut it and go to another character. The swamp scene was completely underused. My brother Oliver was disappointed because he thought the swamp would be a big action set piece. I feel so sorry for Oliver because he thought it would be awesome. I expected it to be something little, and I was right because they don't have the budget for a major swamp scene like Oliver thought. So yeah, that sucked. The writing was poor. I hate Tara. The Walking Dead needs to kill Tara. Angela Kane, if Tara's not dead by season 9, please kill her off. I hate her so much. She's my #1 least favorite character. All the Alexandrians are annoying. Their storyline getting to Alexandria, Hilltop, just felt out of place. It just it didn't belong. You knew they would get there. There was no suspense. There was nothing. They could have just skipped all of that and had them go. Sadiq is getting up there as one of my worst favorite characters. He really is. He feels so bland, so boring. He just isn't a character in my opinion. He just feels like a writing device used to kill Carl off. He still feels like that writing device. And they really never fully imagined his character since Carl died. I still don't care. I don't like Sadiq. He's probably my #2 least favorite character right now. I hope he becomes a better character in the future. Highly doubtable, but who knows? Episode 10 surprised me, so I don't know. This episode sucks. I give it a C, a solid C. It was all right. I thought some of the action scenes with Gabriel and Carson were cool when Carson stepped in the bear trap. I thought that was pretty unique and pretty action-packed, so all of you action fans would enjoy that scene. But the episode is overall just poorly written, poorly acted. It's cringeworthy from Tara to Henry to everyone. It's just terrible. Oh yeah, Gregory, the old man Gregory. You know, with his eyes like, he's like, Margaret, pure cringe, man. You can skip this episode because episode 12 actually does look a little bit promising from an action standpoint. If you're a fan of action on the show of The Walking Dead, episode 12 will be the episode for you. Will it be a good episode, episode 12? I doubt it, but the action may be good next episode, so we have to wait and see. This episode, however, is a solid C. Very, very poor. Everything from the action to the drama to the writing. Well, the action was all right, but the drama and the writing and the way they filmed this episode was really, really bad. C. It's a solid C. What do you guys think of the episode? Comment down below, subscribe to whatever the heck you want to do, and goodbye. Bye, everyone.